Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be trying out some new products to myself. I got an order in from Sephora. They had the Pastel Goth palette by KatVonD on sale here in Canada. So I figured I'd do kind of a first impressions review on this palette just for my Canadian friends. If you would like to get this, then maybe you would like to see it on somebody's eyes first. So I figured I'd try that out. It seems pretty cool. I also got the Urban Decay Vice lipstick, and this is the Kristen Leanne collaboration. And this is in the shade Bun Bun. It's just a nude shade. This was on sale as well, so I picked that up. And then I got one of the Cover FX Power Play foundations, and I figured I'd try this out too. I have oily skin, like I've said in other videos, so we'll see how this works out. And then also I did get a free sample of the Too Faced glitter glue, and I've never tried this before. So if I decide to use some glitter, I will try this out to see if it works any better. I usually do cut creases with concealer and just put glitter on top of that, or I use the NYX glitter primer, so perhaps I will see in this video if this works better. If not, I will try it in another video. But let's get to it here. So I already have my primer on. I used the Laura Mercier primer that I have in a couple other videos, and the Benefit Cosmetics primer. And also I already did my eyebrows. I'm still trying to get used to doing my eyebrows with this different color hair. I actually dyed my hair. Do you like it? It's like a rose gold is what I was going for. So it's got some different tones of pinks in it and blondes. A little red. My hair pulls a little bit more red strawberry blonde in the summer. I know it's brown in the winter, but it's kind of like a strawberry blonde red hues in the summer. So I think that that's why it pulled a little bit bronzier than I wanted, but I have some purple shampoo. I'm going to be using that, and then I'm also going to be probably dyeing it blonde, like bleaching it a little bit again and putting some more color into it. It's the first time I've dyed my hair in over 6 years. Yeah, I had virgin hair before, so this is a huge change for me, but you know what? I was really due for a change. And like I had said in some other videos, that I haven't been feeling well, and that I had an appointment on Monday, I believe it was the 19th or something of March, and I didn't get the greatest news there. And I think that just from stress and everything, you know how like if you go through a big life change, usually that's when you change your hair. Yeah, that's what happened to me. So my hair is now a different color, and I'm loving it. But the eyebrows need some work. I think I need to order a different shade of dip brow, but for right now I'm using what I have, and I'll just see how it goes. But anyway, that was a long explanation. So I'm going to move right into this Cover FX Power Play foundation. So it says long wearing coverage with a mattified weightless finish, long wear and pollution protection. Usually pollution protection just means it's not going to oxidize. Airbrush matte finish, and weightless formula with a medium to full buildable coverage. And I got the shade N20. It's clinically tested, paraben, fragrance, gluten, mineral oil, and talc free, and it's vegan. So, and okay, it says to shake well before use. Apply to well moisturized and primed skin. Check. With a foundation brush, sponge, or fingertips, and blend well. Layer to build coverage as desired. Follow with a setting powder to extend the wear. Okay, yeah, so typical foundation here. I'm actually going to grab a foundation brush over there. And this foundation is quite expensive. It's almost $60 Canadian, so... Oh. Okay, so there's it there. And it's just a tiny little 5 ml tube of it. So I'm actually going to do half my face with a brush and see how I like that. Then I might do the other half with a sponge, but we'll see how much I like it with the brush. Usually I like putting it on with a brush and then going over it with a sponge, so we will see here. Ooh, I almost put it on the other side because that's what I'm used to. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if the shade's gonna be right. It looks like it. I just got the lightest sample that they have. Feels a little tacky, like it's drying down really fast. And what I'll probably do is, this won't be a full review of it or anything, I'll probably use it a couple of more times and then update in the description box whether or not I think for oily skin it's worth purchasing. So it's definitely not full coverage. It covered a bit. Don't like how it's sitting. I'm gonna go over it with the sponge. Yeah, I've never had this before. It's patchy right there on my skin. Wow. What is going on there? Okay, I'm gonna put some more on just to see this. I'm gonna put it on with the sponge. Okay, yeah, I don't like it with a brush. It was getting really patchy. I think it's just because it dries so quickly that with a dry brush it just wants to cling to everything. It feels sticky. It definitely builds it up though and covered more once I put more on with the sponge. I don't know if I really like it right now, perhaps in the summer. It just looks a little, even for me, it looks a little dry. Okay, I'm gonna do the other side. I'm just gonna do it with a sponge here. Yeah, you can definitely see the difference between this is one layer and this is 2 layers. You can see the difference. It definitely is buildable. I'm just gonna add a bit more. I think it's so buildable because it dries down so quickly. I tell you though, you need a lot. I've squeezed out quite a bit from that tube. So I don't know about that because it's so expensive. Probably go through it quickly. It's only foundation you're using. So it almost on camera it almost looks like it's having a flashback, because in real life it looks the exact same color as my neck, but in the monitor there it looks like you can definitely see the difference between where I stopped putting the foundation and where my neck where my neck starts where my natural neck color is. Yeah, look at that. Odd. Weird stuff. You know, I don't mind cover FX, but I have noticed that they're quite pricey for what they are. I mean, their products look beautiful in real life, and I have noticed that they're a little flashbacky on camera, but it's just the amount you need to use for the price. The same with their powder. You don't get that much, and if you set with the sponge and everything, you go through it so fast, and I think that you'd go through the foundation quite quickly too. I just was testing out that NARS Natural long wear Radiant whatever foundation, and that one I would just have needed one of those dots and it would have covered my whole face. So there is a difference there. But I'll update you in the description box, and we'll see after I put concealer and powder and everything all over it too. So for concealer, I'm going to go in with Tarte Shape Tape in Fair Neutral. It made the foundation seemed to make the Shape Tape go a little creasy, and it feels heavy there. Yeah. Can you see that? Like all the wrinkles? Like I don't even have that many fine lines. It just made them. I'm going to try another one of my concealers here. I have this one, the NYX Ultra HD. Stupid camera. The NYX Ultra HD concealer. I'm just going to go in with the shade 02. This concealer is a lot more moisturizing and lighter. It probably will flash back, but the foundation is anyway, so whatever. Okay, that helped a little bit, but not by much. Just set it with some powder. Set it and forget it here. I'm going to go in with Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. How dirty it looks. And Ethereal Light. It's just the white one. I'm just going to put that under my eyes just to set that. You know, one thing though is the super light pale skin and now the reddish pink hair definitely makes me look a lot more Irish. Then I'm going to go in with the Patrick's Powder and MAC. You can use that to set the rest of my face. I'm just using this powder because I don't find it keeps me too much matter or it makes me dewy. It just sets the foundation and that's that. So I know that I can trust this powder not to really alter how it would behave on my skin. Like it wouldn't mattify it really or make it more dewy or anything like that. We'll just set it. Yeah, it doesn't really feel too heavy. Yeah, I don't think it's really doing much for my skin though. You can still see my pores over here. They look very prominent. My skin looks really dry, which doesn't happen too often. Yeah, I don't think it's really helping me out too much at all besides evening out my skin tone, and even there it looks a little patchy, so we'll have to see after a little bit of time what I think of it. Okay, and I don't have any new face products to try, so I'll just quickly speed you up here while I do the rest of my face. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the Pastel Goth palette. So I already swatched it. I couldn't help myself. When I got it, I opened it up and swatched it. It was right before I was going to take a nap, and really, the mail guy came right before I was going to take a nap, and I really wanted to look at it and play with it, but I was really tired, so I swatched it. So here she is right here. It's all that raised lettering that you can touch, and it has the shade names on the back, and on the back too it says it has a 12-month shelf life once opened. And there's the inside there. a very nice little palette. How can I show you the size of it here? So there's a beauty blender. So it's just a nice little compact palette, which I do not mind. But anyway, my husband, he's seen it too, and I said, what colors do you think I should do? And he said he wanted me to see me do a halo eye using the pink, the blue, and the white. So I'm gonna try doing that. I might put some glitter in, we'll see. So first things first is eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to go in with the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Painterly. Just put that all over my lid. And if I do end up needing a powder as a transition or to knock some things down, I'll either go in with the Patrick's powder or some of my Hourglass powder in dim light, depending on what I needed to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is pick up my Sigma E40 and some of that color, this color here, Clementine. Can't tell. I got a new lens. I can't tell where it's focusing. Well, I didn't get a new lens. We had it, but I'm just trying using it instead. And I'm just going to put this all over my lid. I'm going to do this to both sides just so that that eyeshadow primer doesn't crease. Wow, that's pretty bright for a pastel. It still is pastel, but the color's there, you know, it's not disappearing. Now it could be because I'm putting it right on top of primer, I don't know. But the swatches looked pretty good. I am having to go in and dip my brush in quite a bit, but really, it's a pastel. I don't really expect any less from that, but at least I'm not endlessly dipping in because the color is disappearing. I'm just dipping in because the color is not going far. Okay, now I'm just going to pick up this little Tarte flat shader brush and just still pick up more of that color Clementine, but just to run it on my lower lash line, but I'm stopping in the center, so I'm just bringing it in to about where my iris is and stopping, and then doing that on each side because I want to put white right in the center. It's a special request by Michael, so we'll see how it turns out. My trusty BH Cosmetics number 3 brush. And I'm going to pick up, see how powdery these shades are though? See that? But that's okay. And I'm going to pick up some of this color here, Doom. Yeah, this one's powdery too. But once again, it's a pastel, so don't really expect anything less. It looks really beautiful on the brush, like look at that. And I'm just going to place that on the inner and outer corner of my eye very gently. Okay, and then I'm going to do a spotlight cut crease with some Tarte Shape Tape, and then I'm going to go in with that color Skull, this color here. Okay, and I am going to test out this Too Faced glitter glue, so I'm going to just open this up. Oh, that's how they gave it to me. Blech. I'm just going to take this e.l.f. Defining brush, pick a little bit of it up, and I'm just going to put it right on the center of that white, in the center of the eye. Okay, and I want to move quickly, so I'm just going to wipe that brush off on a towel and grab some of this NYX glitter. Just have some on the lid here. Just pick a bit up and place that on. So I'm just going to do my liner and lashes and everything like that, and I'll be back to test out this Urban Decay Kristen Leanne lipstick. Okay, so here's the finished look, guys. The only thing that I did differently was I did put a little bit of Meow, this purple color, this one here. I just put a little bit of that on the lower lash line. And for liner and lashes and everything, I'll just have that listed in the description box below for you. And I did set my face with the KatVonD Lock It Setting Spray. And I lined my lips with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in Naked 2. And now we're going to go in with this. So once again, this is the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne Vice Lipstick in the shade Bun Bun. So I'm not sure why, because this is a new release, but it was on sale, so I got this for $11, regular $22, I believe. So here's the package here. It's very pretty, nice purple. It says Urban Decay Comfort Matte Lipstick. It does feel a little lightweight, like a little cheapy feeling. It's not very heavy at all. Okay. It just twists up like that. Okay, and it has the Urban Decay on the embossed on it, and it also has Kristen Leanne and a little heart on it. So I'll give you a swatch here of it. It's very pretty. I think I'm gonna like it. So let's put it on. Like I said, I did line my lips. Okay, and it went on very easily, very creamy. It's definitely a comfort matte. It feels like MAC Velvet Teddy or another MAC Comfort matte lipstick. I do like it. It's very opaque. It's not patchy at all. I think the color looks really nice on me. It does pull a little bit more red, but it's probably just the hair. But even on my skin tone, yeah, it does pull a little bit more red in the swatch. On some people, I know it's a very nude color. For me, perhaps in the summertime, it would be. But I like it. It's almost my lips, but better kind of a color. And so I'm liking this foundation now that it's warmed up to my skin a little bit. Yeah, it's not looking as dry on my skin, and it is looking a little bit better. It's not looking so crinkly, but it's still slightly is. And I would have to say that this isn't my first choice of foundation or favorite foundation off of right off the bat here. But like I said, I have to try a little bit more, try some different primers underneath of it. But I didn't even use a mattifying primer. I used the Laura Mercier Radiant primer and the Benefit Cosmetics POREfessional primer. So those usually actually make me a little bit more oily. So for my skin to be this dry, it's very rare. I would say if you're really, really, really oily, you might like this. If you have dry skin, I would say stay far away. But try it out for yourself if you can get the free sample like I did and make your judgments there. But I'll keep you updated in the description box below. I'm sure I'll try it again and let you know what my thoughts on it. For the Pastel Goth palette, I really, really, really like this palette. It is fun. And you know, the pigment is there. Definitely. Like for a white, that's really good. And that blue Doom is gorgeous. So I'm really excited to use some of these other colors here. Some of the purples and the yellow for sure. The green. Yeah, all of them. I think this is a very fun palette, and you know, in every palette you don't always need a matte brown. That's just my opinion. If you really need a color to knock down some of the color, if it gets a little crazy, just use your translucent powder. But that shade Clementine works as a nice transition color for sure. So I really do like this palette. I'll continue to keep using it. Yeah, I did get it on sale. I believe it was $43 at Sephora. I know that this palette was limited edition, and for whatever reason it's back here in Canada at Sephora. So if you are interested in it and you like these colors, the quality's there, the pigmentation's there, I think it's a great little palette. So I'd recommend picking, why am I doing this? So I would recommend picking it up as soon as possible if it is something that you do want. I don't know if it will ever come back again. But anyways, guys, if you did like this video, please subscribe so we can continue on this makeup loving journey together. Also, please give me a thumbs up so I know to keep making these styles of videos. And also, please follow me on Instagram. It's just at Paige Mifflin. I'll have my handle right here on the screen for you. And until next time, guys, bye. Ow! I just pinched my finger, like I went to close it, my finger was right there and it pinched me. Thanks, Hourglass. Also, please give me a thumbs up so I know to keep making these styles. Also, please give me a thumb up.
I don't know what you've been